But the one thing that I think was the most rewarding for me was the shift that I have made from a content generation standpoint of when I'm at an event. So like last year being 2024. So like, sorry, we're like,
2 years ago.
It's not last year, it's like 2 years ago. It's
the year before
it's very
last.
confusing. Yeah. But like then I was like, hey, like I would go to competitions and, you know, I might film the entire competition, but I wouldn't get stuff out like the same day or like early the next day or stuff like that. So the year before last, like I was creating a bunch of content, but that content wasn't coming out until like a week or 2 weeks. So like the engagement was good because like usually it was our friends, right? It was CrossFit Magnet people. It was people that I knew, had relationships with, et cetera. So it was like, you know, it got amplified. But this year making the shift of like, and this was big shout out to Kel because like she literally like was on site with me at the CrossFit Games and was like, hey, we need to get content out like as soon as the event's done. So like what we did and what we changed our focus was we had is if there was an event one happens, as soon as that's done, I'm immediately going to editing. I'm just trying to pull some type of clip and getting it out.
Yeah.
Right. So like you can go through.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Right. It doesn't have to be perfect. Right.
Yeah.
And then like later on I can polish it off or whatever.
Yeah, you can.
But like that was a huge learning point for me because the amount of engagement and all that kind of stuff was amazing.
Yeah.
And it helped me, you know, from my standpoint, looking at where like I'm at on social, like it helps me now whenever I talk to brands of like, you know, here's what you can achieve.
Yeah.
If you work with me at a competition, like look at the amount of engagement, look how many people are seeing it, all that kind of stuff. So that was a huge learning curve. That was something I implemented this year. That was probably my biggest moment.
Yeah.
I mean, the games itself was a highlight for me just because I got to actually like work alongside Lauren again and then be there with Kel again. So it was like, it was just a great atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you start to realize that when you do these competitions, how quick you got to be.
Yeah.
Like when we were putting stuff out for Desert City, it's like as soon as an elite event ends, it's like boom.
Well, I carried
this, we need that,
and that's another example. Like, so I carried that experience. I carried the CrossFit Games experience to then go to handling all the media for Desert City and running that. And it's like that mentality and embracing the fact that like, hey, and you know, telling our team, it's like your work is not going to be perfect. Like when we get it out, like we just need to get stuff out. We need to get it out timely fashion because right now eyeballs, focus, all that kind of stuff is on us. The athletes' focus is on us, all of that. So getting that stuff out now, and then down the road, like after the competition's over and you actually have time to breathe, you can polish some stuff off. You can do some re-edits. You can do all that kind of stuff. But that timeliness and getting that stuff out is so important because frankly, like no one necessarily is going to care after the event happens. Like it's got, you got to be like when it's at the event.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something I might struggle with as a creative. I think, you know, I'm pretty OCD.
There's like, nothing wrong with being that.
Yeah.
It's, you got to
understand your environment.
Well, you got to allow yourself to be like, okay, the reason why I'm doing this is because timely fashion, engagement, competition needs it, all
it's
that.
Okay to be 90% now, not 110% 2 weeks from now.
And then like whenever you want to share your portfolio items, when you want to do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, then you have all your perfect stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.